with that, So with that, welcome to Snack Time. This is the first in a live show we're going to do. Hopefully, with fewer technical difficulties as time goes on.
We will get this sorted. Hopefully,
but these will be posted later. So in the case of people say, I don't know, watching things in order, because I hear people like doing things in order.
Yeah.
Maybe they come back to this first episode, and maybe they don't know who we are. So how about we introduce ourselves to the audience. I will start.
Yes.
I'm Graham Russell. I'm the editor-in-chief of Snack Bar Games. Yep.
I am Andrew Pasfumi. I am the features editor for Snack Bar Games.
Yep.
And I am Henry Ski, staff writer in charge of the Serotonin column, and extraordinarily happy to be here, and our second best-looking ginger on staff.
Huh. I don't know if that's true.
Aw. Thanks, buddy.
No problem. All right.
I'm going to start playing this game here.
Do it. You going to play that ninja guy?
Yes, I play the ninja guy. Ninja guy's my go-to.
So
play the ninja guy.
So just to establish, in this first episode, we are playing Spelunky because I don't know, maybe Andrew's got this thing going on with Spelunky. You want to tell him about what you're doing with Spelunky?
Yeah, all right. So starting tomorrow will be the first in a 5-column feature all about my adventures in Spelunky, and it just kind of came about because, hey, I've been playing a lot of Spelunky. So I thought, why not write about it? Because, that's what we do here at Snack Bar. We write about our gaming experiences and whatnot. So hopefully that is interesting to folks. Hopefully they find it a good read. And I've just been obsessed with this game basically for the past month and a half. So,
Andrew, your route you're running right now looks very memorized. So I can tell that you've been playing this a bunch.
No, that's the thing about Spelunky. It's each level is randomized. So and I fell.
All
right.
It looks like you look very at ease with your ninja.
I wish I could say I was, but also
you keep carrying this rock around. What does that do?
It's good to carry something around because you might need it to trigger traps and stuff. Because otherwise, it might go horribly.
Yeah, so we have differing degrees of experience in Spelunky. None of us are like experts or anything, but Andrew's been playing a lot of it, and I have played enough to know that I'm the worst. And Henry, I don't think you played it well.
No, Graham, you have to be better than me. I've never played it before.
If you played it, you'd be better than I am at
it. Did I just kiss your rock?
Wait, what? No. He kissed me.
One guy just kissed your rock.
He kissed me.
He kissed you?
He kissed me.
I don't know if that's weirder.
Yeah. It's that those are the damsels. You rescue them. They kiss you and you get health back. What's that?
That was a girl?
No, that's a guy. There are 3 damsels in the game. There's a girl, a guy, and a pug dog.
And as I understand it, there's a new patch to the PC version, I think yesterday or today, that added some features, and including a sloth damsel.
I didn't hear about the sloth damsel, but yeah, it adds a new HUD, most importantly, which is less cluttered than this HUD, which you think, you might see if you're not really used to Spelunky, see and think, this HUD doesn't seem that cluttered, but if you are, if you are playing this game a lot, you might see things like enemies coming out of the corner of the screen that might be covered up by that HUD, so it can be tough, but
I see. I also see a mainstay of bats and spiders are in this game.
I hate the bats. I just thought, in case that's not clear.
Every game, bats are annoying.
Yeah.
Like Zubat in Pokemon.
Yeah.
They are very first game, very annoying.
Yeah. Let's go through. Let's see if we can come up with a bat in a game that is not annoying.
Okay.
Now let's go ahead and eliminate Sonic Adventure 2 because definitely that one is annoying. Rouge does not get the exception.
Let's see the bats.
All right, so
does Batman count as a bat?
He's not a bat.
Cool.
You guys will see in about a minute or a few seconds the awful end of my daily challenge run, That did not go well at all.
What do you mean it didn't go well?
You'll see.
See, Violence just... Oh, you died on the spike. Wait a minute.
I did.
Did you land on the spikes?
I made a mistake.
I feel like I've seen you run past the spikes and not get hurt. Are they not decorative?
You can run if you're on the same level as the spikes. You can run over them without getting hurt. But
So
Yeah. It's falling
Cortex says
down.
bats are always the worst. And Violence also asked if Batman counted. I'm trying to think of maybe like a bat that's like cool but like still tough to fight against. Was there
Dracula?
a bat in? Yeah, Dracula, like maybe one of the
Dracula's pretty
Castlevanias.
But
the
most
bat-
of them are obnoxious.
Yeah, they are like the little annoying enemies. What about? Wasn't there one in Beautiful Joe? Was there a bat, but he was kind of annoying too? I'm trying to remember if there was like a bat boss. I know there was a fire lion boss.
oh man,
Yeah. So, since the chat may be wondering, yes, we are seeing it lagged, and
yeah.
you
Sorry
guys
about that.
So you're seeing it lagged, and we're seeing it lagged. So you're hearing us seeing it lagged.
Yes.
Right. So that's fun.
Oh man. All right. So
Violence says the first boss of Castlevania is often a bat, but not Dracula.
Yeah.
You think Dracula would like be like, I'm the bat around here. You can't be a bat. We need other stuff like mummies and zombies and all that other crap.
How do we feel about bats, like the wooden objects that you hit things with?
that's pretty cool.
Oh, those bats are cool. I mean, I remember you got bats in like Streets of Rage. Those were useful.
Okay.
If you like baseball,
bats, good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it, like a flying creature that plays baseball? A baseball bat.
That sounds
a
terrifying.
baseball bat.
Yeah,
I can't
see-
believe they haven't made a game like that yet, Greg.
Well, let me tell you about this. Unfortunately, they don't exist anymore, but for when I was growing up, the local minor league baseball team was the Greensboro Bats, and the mascot was a bat that gave out wooden bats that had the picture of a bat on it, which I thought was the best.
That's pretty good.
It is the best. That's amazing. Violence asks, does Alucard shifting into a bat count? I think we were thinking more of bat enemies, because I think if you can shift into a bat, that is amazing. That is really cool. Because I know you can shift in, I think it's Castlevania 3, where you can play as Alucard and shift into a bat and be really cheap, but the game is so hard anyway that you don't feel bad about being cheap. Bat section.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Andrew, are you playing a different mode now? You were playing daily challenge before, now you're playing adventure?
Okay, so yeah, let me explain the daily challenge. Basically, every day it's different for the PC and PS3 versions, but every day,
Okay.
basically a seed is generated for Spelunky, and it's the same for everyone who plays, and you basically compete in that seed. So. And it's ranked based on how much money you got, which is to say, I didn't do really well because just before I died, I spent basically all of my money, meaning my ranking was really bad. But the kind of end goal for that is just a way to like continue to keep coming back to Spelunky and kind of challenge your friends and see how much money you get, see how far you can get, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, because
Okay.
basically, once you've gotten through the game once, you've kind of beaten it, even though you haven't really mastered it as much as you've gotten lucky one run. So,
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
But
Sounds
once
like,
you've done it, it's not like, well, let's run through again, see if I can get through again. There's not really motivation there, but with this, like, you can only do this once challenge, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's why that run is having failed that horribly. It makes me sadder than usual because it's like, oh, I can't do that again. It's oh my god, man. All right, that happened.
Is that
Something bad happened.
something bad happened?
No, actually, no. Something spider happened this time. Actually.
Oh man, spiders and bats, oh my.
All right, so
Yeah.
those. I'm just gonna.
So what is the, well, there's a big spider.
Yeah, that yeah,
Oh, that's what you were saying.
yeah.
So how do you feel about this run and its integrity?
That was a horrible run, as was the first one.
Are you,
this is going to be a good
Are
one.
you
Now. I
succumbing
feel
to the
like I feel
pressure,
it.
Andrew?
What's that?
I feel like we should be encouraging you, but I know what it's like playing games in front of people. Sometimes you get rattled off your game.
Yeah, I'm just going to say I'll just blame all of my bad luck so far on the fact that this is a stream and I'm nervous and playing this in front of
Absolutely.
people. So even
You
though
should look at the stream and play that way. So that
Oh,
you are
like a
triple
minute-
lagged,
a minute
and we are only
that would be
double
tough.
lagged.
yeah.
That would be tough.
Yeah. No, but okay. So I'm going to give you a challenge.
Yes.
The next shopkeeper you get to,
Okay.
attack the shopkeeper.
All right. You really don't.
You attack the shop?
I mean, if you really want to not see much of this game, then I guess that's the way to go about it.
Oh, is he going to kill you?
Shopkeepers are really. They're ruthless. They don't play nice.
Why aren't they going through the dungeons? Why are they just simple shopkeepers?
They want money. That's a good way to make money. You know how many adventurers pass through these levels?
Probably quite a few, I guess.
Yeah.
So is there like an end boss? Is there like a campaign in this game?
There is an end boss. There's an end boss, and then there is like a second, like even more difficult optional boss. And they kind of you need to kind of get through 4 different sections of the game. There's the mines, which I'm in right now, the jungle, the ice caves, and then the temple. And then once you get through all of those, you get to the fight Olmec, who's the final boss. And he's actually probably the easiest part of the entire game, believe it or not, because once you know how to fight,
I don't believe it.
Once you know how to fight that guy, it's really no problem. It's just actually figuring out how to fight him for the first time. Like you might screw up a couple of times, but
yeah. And considering how many times you screw up, just like navigating basic platforms.
Yeah.
Like a boss. What is this even?
Exactly. You're not.
Is this game?
Go for it.
Andrew, this game's multiplayer, right? 4 players?
Yeah, it is.
You can play. Yes, you can play co-op.
Harder or easier?
I've actually never played Spelunky co-op, but
so here's the thing: it's the exact same game. It does not scale in any way.
Yeah.
It is way harder.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you have to be careful. Have you ever tried being careful with 3 other people?
Man, trying to play new Super Mario Bros. With 4 players who don't exactly have each other's safety as their primary concern. I know what the
right.
I know what
so think about that, and then multiply about 30.
Wow.
Because one person starts messing with you, then there's not a lot you can do to harm people in this game. But if you kill everyone, then your whole run is over. So.
What happens with the screen? Is it like Contra, where if you go off the screen, you die? Or does the camera pan out to keep all 4 people alive?
There is a camera control person in multiplayer. They have a flag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and then when that person dies, you can take over the flag or whatever. But generally, you try to stay alive. But yeah, you can definitely kill people by running away from them.
Graham, speaking of staying alive, are you staying alive in the polar vortex known as the United States of America? Because we were in Portland this weekend, me, my buddy, his wife, and my girlfriend, and we thought it would be a nice vacation to go down to Portland on. We have Family Day in BC this year, so we had the Monday off. Now, of course, I'm not working, so I have holidays every day. But we got down there, and the entire city was shut down because it was covered in a thin layer of ice. Now, that didn't stop us from going out to various bars and getting hammered.
Let me just interrupt you there for a second, Henry.
That's right.
I was going to attack that shopkeeper, but I wanted to steal the jetpack first. Didn't go well.
Right.
So.
Yeah, you got killed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So, Graham, tell me about your polar vortex and Carolina's there, because I'm seeing some pictures on the internet. They don't look good.
Yeah, so it's not great. I definitely had to walk home from work today, which was interesting because the buses shut down 30 seconds after I got on the bus.
No.
So they just stopped everything and let everyone off. I was like, get off the bus. It's like,
right.
Don't. So, I mean, we got about, I think, somewhere around 8 inches of snow here today.
Wow.
Which is not great.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it could possibly be more snow, but this amount of snow definitely was difficult to walk multiple miles in. So that was fun. But yeah, it's cold. I'm not going to go outside ever again. They canceled the UNC Duke basketball game. If that tells you how severe this weather is,
yes, it does.
That was the last thing they canceled. They canceled all classes and work for tomorrow, all through the whole day, and every restaurant and everything closed. But there was still going to be the basketball game tonight.
Nope.
So they went ahead and canceled that. So yeah, fun, man. But
apparently they texted all the residents of Portland to tell them to stay indoors. So we get to the hotel, and we're my buddy and a couple other people are really into craft brews and stuff. American beer is just killing it these days. So we start walking, and of course I'm wearing sneakers, so wholly unprepared for this. But we sort of shuffle our way over the bridge, and we realize we haven't seen a single car or person on the streets. It's eerily quiet. And kind of intimidating. The only 2 people we see on the way to the third bar we try, because the other 2 were closed, they were trying to break into a car. And then the girlfriend and the wife were very scared until I hypothesized that it's too icy for them to come after us. They can't come after us. If they start running at us, they will fall and hurt themselves. So don't worry, we'll be good. Luckily, they didn't try and rob us, but they did try and pass off them stealing a car as being like, oh, just checking out this car, and just having a nice stroll in the weather, and hey, do you guys have a bus pass? Or something like that. It's like, okay, we may be Canadian and nice, but we're not.
I was going to say.
We're not that dumb. But Portland, awesome town. But I got to tell you guys, this is kind of tragic. Kyla, my girlfriend, planned on us visiting Ground Control, which is an awesome arcade in downtown Portland, which has a good mix of old school and new school games. And but unfortunately, they were also closed. But I knew we were on the way because my buddy's like, okay, well, let's just wander around. We'll see if anything's open. And we get close, and I start hearing what I think is the elephants from Dulcim's level from Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
Like, I can't do an impression, but they're just kind of, like in the background noise, they'll go,
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I start hearing that, and I'm like, man, I must be, like, really hungover, because I hear elephants from Street Fighter 2, because they play sound effects, and we get close, and I'm like, oh, it was Street Fighter 2, and it's like, oh, they're closed, though, and it's such a cool place. They start serving booze at 5 o'clock, and anyway, sadly, we didn't get to go that time, so hopefully next time we'll be able to get some quarters in the machines and pound back a few per.
You know, if you ever come down here and visit, I can promise that it won't be so bad weather that you can't play arcade games.
Good. I think I'll plan on, if I'm visiting in American City again, I'm going in the spring or summer.
Because my one cabinet arcade is open all the time. It's free play. It's got Windjammers.
Windjammers.
It's a 2-slot Neo Geo cab. Right now I have Windjammers and Money Puzzle Exchanger in there right now, but I have a few other things.
Is that a game?
Yes.
Money Puzzle Exchanger. And have you beaten both? Probably many times.
No.
Really? Turns out arcade games aren't as hard when you have infinite money.
Well, you still have to win.
Yep.
So that part's rough. Like, you have to beat... I mean, the thing is, like, to beat an arcade game, you basically have to beat the highest level AI at a puzzle game, which I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I haven't. I've tried a whole bunch. But yeah, so Money Puzzle Exchanger is a lot like... You ever played Magical Drop?
No.
Well, it's a lot like Magical Drop. Have you ever played Critter Crunch, maybe?
I know of Critter Crunch.
Okay, well, Critter Crunch is kind of like Magical Drop, and this is also kind of like Magical Drop.
Okay. Andrew, are you happy with the amount of talking you're getting in? I'm not sure if we should
No, it's fine.
Talking more to distract you, or if you want to talk about the game, or because we're having a great time over here.
You guys go right ahead. I'm dealing with Andrew, a lot of spiders right now.
Yeah, I was going to say lots of spiders.
You're killing dudes with keys?
Yeah. I was using that key. You can basically use any item.
Is it a sharp key?
It might be. It might even be a key blade. Perhaps.
I was going to say. Oh man,
that was a horrible level, and I somehow made it. So. Woo.
Oh, spoilers!
Spoilers for the people on Skype.
How difficult would you say this game is, Andrew, compared to a lot of sort of recent indie-looking titles over the past couple of years that have been demonically hard in some cases?
I mean, give me an example here.
Okay, I'm going to posit something. I'm going to say that this is easier than La Mulana.
Probably, yeah. I've only played a little bit of La Mulana, but
harder than Cave Story?
Yes.
Yeah, it's harder than Cave Story.
Yeah, I'd say so.
What about Super Meat Boy?
See,
it's kind of a different game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about Spelunky is you either have the patience for it or you
Jeff.
don't.
Sorry,
what did Jeff say?
This is the perfect platform for my pin on the edge of air tangents. That's right.
Take that.
You either have the patience for Spelunky or you don't, because it's kind of, every time you die, you have to start over with basically only equipped with your knowledge of, oh my god, that was really close.
What do you mean you start over, like from World 1-1 or World 1-3?
1-1. You start from the beginning.
Yeah.
There are shortcuts you can unlock, but those are only really for practice, because when you go to, like, let's say a shortcut for the second world or the third world, you won't have any equipment with you, which can make those difficult. So,
Andrew, you're telling me that you die right now, you go back to World 1-1?
Yeah, you start from the beginning.
Life?
It's one life.
Yeah. That's why this is a really difficult multiplayer game.
Okay, now I understand, Graham.
Yeah.
You're like, this game's super hard. I'm like, man, it doesn't look that hard, but in New Super Mario Bros., you have about 400 lives, and you can get them pretty easily.
Also,
and
it's super... I mean, when you mess up, it's your fault, which is why I think people really like this game, but
yeah.
when you mess up, you're done.
Yeah. Andrew, the controls look really tight. Are they?
They are very tight.
Yeah, they look
awesome.
solid. Yeah, I like that. Well, you can't leave this kind of game that's really difficult. That's what I loved about Meat Boy was, again, it's all your fault when you die, and like I never felt like the game was being cheap, and I never felt like I didn't have like 100% on the controls. Because you can't make a game really difficult and then like make you feel like you're playing it with like large rubber gloves on or something like that, right? Like you need to have tight, like perfect controls.
And you really shouldn't take those for granted because they're really difficult to make.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, people don't give, I'd say even like Mario enough credit. Because the difference between playing that and like any other 8 or 16-bit platformer, just go back to them. It's like,
Oh God, I know.
Not even Sonic. Like, what is this game?
I know. I never really had a problem as a kid, but like going back to it, like Mario was clearly better for a number of reasons, but the control is one.
Okay.
Sorry. Oh, nice. The control, the Sonic. I mean, once you get going, it's kind of fun, but like he runs like he's on ice skates.
Yeah, and don't play Sonic Lost World, I guess. For continuing that conversation, it got worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, like,
I don't know, like, do they not have the capacity to make the controls like that, or did they just not test it enough, or like why?
I mean, it gets more difficult in 3D. You know, it really does.
Sure.
Like even Super Mario 64, like it's floaty because I mean it
is a bit floaty. It's still pretty good, but it is floaty. I know what you mean.
I mean they do a good job, all things considered. But when you think about But when you think about, all the really tight games you think about, like, well, it's like Super Meat Boy. It's things where, like, you can really get those platforms done. Like, the best 3D platformers, what are we talking about? Like,
Galaxies.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy, where he slips around a lot.
Yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Huh.
Very often, he slips around a small amount.
Yeah. Things like I didn't think about before, like obviously like jumping is important and running, but like how about things like momentum? Like how quickly can you get up to top speed? Like jumping, how high can you jump and can you change your trajectory mid-air? I mean, that's the kind of stuff that really can make or break a game.
And I mean, that's also the thing about physics engines and why I don't like them.
You don't like them?
I don't.
So you don't like the Unreal? Because the Unreal Engine is the only one I know, because I feel like every game uses it.
Well, it's difficult to have physics-based jumping, you know?
Right.
That's true.
You can pre-bake animations, and that's totally what is done in these 2D things. It's like there's a set amount you jump, and that's how it works, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, for example, Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
I think I'm done. I think I've made my entire argument.
Yeah. I was gonna actually bring up Little Big Planet earlier.
Yeah.
Really fun idea. Whenever I finish games, I have to have this Excel spreadsheet and I go back and look at them. And I gave Little Big Planet a really high score. And I think it was just because in the haze of me playing that, it was just me and 3 friends being really drunk.
Well,
and
no,
having fun
let's be
and all
clear.
that.
I think that game is good. I just don't think the controls are good.
Yeah, I still liked it, but I go back and I knocked it down a few pegs because it's not quite as tight as I would like it. Like the jumping is really floaty, and the mix between the planes between 2 and 3D I found really irritating. Like we would often be waiting for the whole group to be like, no jump, no jump, no back, no. And it's just like that causes a little bit of still great. I mean the community is incredible and the levels are really fun and the graphics are great. I just like how the Sackboys look. But yeah, controls for sure not quite up there with the grades.
So, let's keep going on tangents. While we brought up Little Big Planet, I recently have gotten some hands-on time with the beta of Project Spark.
Ooh.
Which is very similar in its creation aspects, but is more of like a 3D adventure, which I think works well because the one thing that Little Big Planet didn't do well was pretending to be a decent platformer. Like it's about exploring worlds and doing interesting things. Yeah. So what Project Spark is trying to do that's interesting is kind of having like quest-based gameplay and combat, and so it's basically trying. I mean, to me, it seems like the base sort of gameplay is more like Fable than anything else. I'm going to say.
Okay. Just to let you know, real quick.
Quest lines.
What just happened is why bats are the worst. So yeah.
You don't need to convince me.
Okay, what happened with the bats here, Andrew? Andrew, why are you back to work? Wait a minute, I thought you made it to the jungle.
I did, and then I died because of I was stupid and opened and broke open a pot.
Do we need to explain this to you again, Henry?
Wait a minute. Well, I thought you went back to the original world. You go back to the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who made this? This should be illegal.
This is unfair. No,
I feel bad for Andrew. I know he's having fun, but
see,
come on, man.
This game is incredible, though. I don't mind. I love it.
It does. It does look really fun.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so Andrew, go back. Or sorry, Graham, go back.
Yeah, so right now they don't have a lot in Project Spark. I'm really glad I got to check it out because I recently built a living room PC, and I don't have an Xbox One yet, but they are putting that game out on Windows 8 too, so the beta is on Windows 8, and I've been checking that out. It's interesting. They only have a couple of scenarios built in right now, but the cool thing about it is the problem with Little Big Planet was that it was not fun really to play as much as it was kind of to explore people's creations.
Exactly.
Yeah. And creating your own stuff was a pain. Right?
Yeah, that's true. I was not talented at doing that. I think I made a few, but
with Project Spark, what it's letting you do is it kind of lets you like make decisions and create like parts of it as you go along. Like now you need to go like to the enemy base, and you like choose which base is the enemy base, what sort of base it is, what sort of enemies you fight when you get there, and then it like you place it somewhere, and it generates like things for you to do along the way and like a path for you to get there. It's interesting. I don't know if it's going to be particularly deep, but I like this idea of kind of the 3D platform adventure game that's also kind of like a choose your own adventure book.
Yeah, it looks very much, Graham, like you mentioned, a mix of maybe Little Big Planet and Fable. Looks amazing. How are the controls in that one?
I mean, that's the thing is, you know, they're not bad, but it kind of feels like Fable. You get to customize your hero completely as to like what race it is and stuff. So that the beta, you're mostly focusing on this like goblin character, which is interesting, playing as like a little grunt enemy.
Right.
But I mean, it works fine for like I'm going to swing a sword near you, I'm going to shoot magic at you. So I mean, it's less important in the game, and I think that's what makes it work a little better. It's
so colorful. I'm just looking at the E3 trailer again, and man, even the menus look good. I like all the particle effects look great. How many people are playing the beta right now, and have you played any multiplayer on it?
I don't think multiplayer's in the beta yet.
Okay.
I think it's mostly about like server sharing stuff. I haven't got to play it nearly.
I got a jetpack.
Okay, Graham, Andrew, what's the jetpack do? I keep mixing you guys up. Sorry, Andrew, what's the jetpack do?
Hi, I'm Andrew. I don't know.
We've known each other for a couple years.
We do. Okay, Henry, go ahead.
So the jetpack is one of the best items in the game. It basically makes it's a jetpack. It's just you take the standard controls and you add a jetpack to it, and it makes traversal super easy. Of course, I only have one health left, so I'm going to probably lose this jetpack. But hey, I have it for now.
So. Now, how good is the jetpack? You lose your items? Yes, Henry. You just start over.
I don't get it. No, I get it. It just seems mean to me. It seems like Demon Souls, where like everyone says it's amazing, and I try it, and like the game is punishing me.
You can go get your stuff back in Demon Souls.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Well, half. What is it? Half your soul?
Oh, jeez, why'd I do that?
Some of the things that you've previously acquired, you can get back.
That was not smart.
But yeah.
Graham, are you stressed out watching Andrew play this? I kind of am.
No, because I mean, again,
my nails here.
Again, I don't expect success anytime I see Spelunky, so it's just kind of like
that shopkeeper doesn't like me anymore.
Well, here's the thing: shouldn't have blown him up.
Is the jetpack going to let you kill a shopkeeper? Is going to give you the agility necessary to do that?
I'm probably not. I'm going to try to avoid killing them if I can. Just maybe avoid them, but we'll see. Getting shopkeepers mad at you this early is not a good idea because.
Well, I mean, getting them mad at you ever is not a good idea.
It's a valid strategy in certain situations.
Huh.
Especially if you don't have money and you need to get the. I'm going to start getting into serious Spelunky stuff if I start going on this tangent. But basically, the final secret bonus world, you need like a certain set of items, and one of them is super expensive, and the best strategy to get that if you don't actually have the money for it is to kill a bunch of shopkeepers and steal it. So
yeah,
but yeah, Anyway.
Cool. So, let's talk about what's been going on in the world of games since, we haven't had a podcast in a while. So, we haven't really talked about this stuff. And I'm curious about the thing that just got announced just a couple hours before we started not broadcasting. So there's going to be a Nintendo Direct tomorrow.
Yes, there's. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh god!
So rampant speculation time.
Speculation. I hope there's more info about the Xenoblade sequel, but I know there won't be. So
There
I'm just
probably
gonna
won't
No way, Henry. No way.
I know.
That's an E3 thing. That's an E3
Well, I
thing.
want it
That will be out sometime next year in Japan.
Nope,
and then it will
this
get
year.
a localization
this
announcement.
year.
For
Don't you dare ruin my dreams. Graham. I can't
Why
handle
are
it.
those your dreams? The most ambitious, largest game they're developing is not ready yet. Sorry.
Well, I want it.
I
All
know
right. Well,
you
that was
want it.
that was my speculation. Okay, what's your guys' speculation? What are we gonna see?
Well, specifically, they said it's talking about stuff that's going to release in the spring, and it is an international one this time. There's a Japan one and a Europe one. Sometimes there's one just for the region, and you'll see, oh hey, we're getting Bravely Default like 3 months after everyone else. That's the kind of announcement we get at those. But this one is going to clearly have some international stuff. I imagine we're going to get a new character for Smash Brothers.
Probably.
I imagine we're going to get trailers for Yoshi's New Island.
Yep.
I imagine we're going to get hey, remember the Donkey Kong's coming out? Sincerely, Bill Trennan.
Yeah, we remember. Thank you. That's
Well, I don't know. It may be one of the other Treehouse guys.
How about wild speculation? Something new and crazy and unexpected?
No.
No. No. We already got Hyrule Warriors last time. I think
That is so weird. That still seems that still does not seem real to me.
I don't know if this will actually happen, but I want to see more of Yarn Yoshi or whatever that's going to be called.
I don't think we're going to see that yet because Yoshi's New Island isn't out.
Yeah, Violence at Bayonetta 2. Hell yeah.
Unless this is where they announce the year of Yoshi.
Well, I doubt that. But I do think we're going to get an official Western localization announcement for Kirby Triple Deluxe. They've announced that it's coming, but they haven't put a date on it, and it's been out in Japan, and there are about 9 words of text in that game.
I really want to play that game.
And also, here's the super important thing about that game. It has a multiplayer mode that's basically Smash Brothers with Kirby's.
Huh.
Which is a big selling point if they release it before Smash Brothers, and a not at all important selling point if they don't. So they need to release that before Smash Bros.
Yeah.
What about Monster Hunter 4?
That's not coming here until, what?
Yeah, next year, April or something, yeah. I know Ingersoll's really, really excited about that, but yeah, that won't be in tomorrow's thing. I would really like some sort of project. That would be great if they'd announce something. But the thing is, the last Nintendo Direct was hey, we're about to announce our really poor sales, so we really should just tell you what's coming out for the Wii U because, oh man, we need to keep up hope for the Wii U. Which is why we heard about Hyrule Warriors. It's look, we promised stuff's coming out. Also, that was getting out there, so you know not to expect a new Zelda this year. It's because we're probably going to get that. Yep.
Well, there you go.
I don't know. I don't expect much. I never really expect much from Nintendo Directs because usually if I do, I'll be disappointed. But actually,
I will say this: I expect a new a previously unannounced project, but an eShop project of the level of Harmonite or Dr. Luigi or something like that. Like something that.
Why are you unnecessarily accurate all the time?
I'm sorry. I'm just
I love that.
Too knowledgeable about the industry.
The Spectator series should be called "What Graham Knows Will Happen," and everyone else guesses. So he's so right. You're probably exactly right. I see. I'm not going to pronounce his name right. Star Fox and F-Zero. I would love to see. I'm betting we're not going to see anything like that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got to go on a quick side tangent because I know
that's crazy. We don't do that.
I know. Who else on the staff is a big wrestling fan? I forget.
That'd be Lucas.
Lucas is someone else is too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Ingersoll. I went to. If you're listening, I don't know if he's here anymore. I went
to talking the whole time.
I can't hear him.
No, he's in the chat.
Like, I know... Well, I can't... I know he's typing a little bit, or I was earlier, but... Anyway, unimportant. Ingersoll.
You know who isn't on this stream? Never mind.
Who are you guys? I couldn't even get your names right earlier. I went and saw Mick Foley's show last night, and it's weird because celebrities do not often come to Victoria. Mick Foley, known as Mankind and Cactus Jack, he just sort of does like a 1 hour, a little bit longer, not stand-up, but sort of tales about his career and all that, and he was absolutely amazing. And I usually don't get starstruck, like I've met a few celebrities here and there. My cousin is filming a TV show in Victoria called Grace Point with David Tennant, who was Doctor Who, and Anna Gunn, who was the wife Skylar in Breaking Bad. And I met Michael Pena, who was staying at the same hotel as my cousin. So I don't usually get starstruck. But when we lined up to get a picture with Mick Foley, I stopped. I forgot how to speak English. I was so nervous. I couldn't believe it. I went from being in line, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, we're gonna, Kyle and I are going to get a picture with him. That's fine. And then, like, with 2 people to go, I start looking at him, and I'm right next to him. Like, there's been a big lineup, and then I'm right next to him. And oh my God, I could not believe how nervous I was. Like, I start sweating, and I'm like, oh God, I'm going to shake his hand, and my hands are too sweaty. And like, I'm like, oh God, don't say anything stupid. Completely and totally starstruck. I love this guy. He's one of my favorites, and so meeting him, he was super nice. Got a great picture. Here, I'll post a link actually to the picture. And yeah, we had an awesome time.
Great.
That was a bit of a tangent, but I was super pumped to meet Mick Foley.
Cool. Yeah,
anyway, back to games.
Yeah.
Or back to not Foley.
Do you want to name any more famous people you happen to tangentially know?
Well,
no, I don't know any of them.
I know the feeling. Man.
Okay, this has been
my family knows famous people.
This has been a horrible night for Spelunky, despite everything supposedly working
great.
in my favor.
This game seems impossibly unfair, so I think you're doing pretty well.
I mean, it has its moments, but
right.
Yeah, usually it's just usually me.
Andrew,
being
I was going to ask
horrible.
you, what benefit does the ninja have over the other characters? You stick to walls.
I am going to end that before it even starts. The characters they're just like
they're
visual.
Yeah.
You don't actually have any abilities with characters. I just like the Green Ninja because he reminds me of a reptile, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is a reference to. Maybe I don't know, but
right.
And ninjas are cool, and I like the color green. That's really it.
Some real deep insights into your psyche.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Green Ninja sounds good. All right. Looks like Reptile. This is fun fact. This is why Reptile was always my favorite Mortal Kombat character, because he's a Green Ninja.
Reptile? Yeah.
Reptile.
Okay.
What did you say about
Sub-Zero
Reptile? Sorry, go ahead.
Sub-Zero was always my favorite because I only could figure out one special move in the entire game, and it was one of his.
Sub-Zero is definitely my second favorite. But yeah.
He's awesome.
Man, so bad at that game.
Andrew, how did you feel about Reptile's representation in the Mortal Kombat movie?
Which one?
Where he was an actual reptile.
Oh, the first movie.
First movie.
It's kind of silly, but that entire movie was kind of silly. But I was okay with it. Honestly,
is that the best? Is that the best video game movie?
Probably.
Yeah.
I still think that movie the special effects held up horribly, and it's kind of corny, but I feel like in terms of movies that best represent the games they're based on, that's like the best you can get. So.
I thought it was the closest. Graham, have you seen Mortal Kombat? The cinematic opus?
I was forced to see it in college.
Come on, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Well, it's
in the context of like all the really bad fighting game movies in a row as like some sort of entertainment.
Compared to Dead or Alive, it's Schindler's List.
Wait, what?
I said compared to Dead or Alive, Mortal Kombat is Schindler's List.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Schindler's List was a movie based on a fighting video game, and I was like,
no.
Well, I'm trying to decide whether I would play that game. I don't think so.
Schindler's List, the fighting game. I would not want to play.
Oh man. But maybe you would though.
So did you actually end up watching the second Mortal Kombat movie then, Graham?
Oh God.
Yes.
That's the one we don't talk about.
I don't talk about any of them.
Okay, that's the one everyone else doesn't talk about also.
I did like how Goro looked in the first one. Like, I did like how the fights actually looked fun, and
it was entertaining.
It's like, okay, it's a Mortal Kombat movie. People want to see fighting, so we're going to show them ridiculous fighting.
It wasn't super violent like the game, but I mean, that's what are you going to do?
Yeah, they tried their best. It wasn't rated R; it was PG-13. I mean, they tried. What I don't get is when people get overly excited for like new video game movies. So like, there might be a BioShock movie, and like, why do you want this? Why do you want a Halo movie? Why do you want a BioShock or a Metroid movie? You know they're going to be terrible.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't know why people would want it who really love the series as much as they just kind of want, more stuff.
More stuff, yeah.
But I do understand why games get picked up as films and maybe don't necessarily tie together with the fiction of the game.
Right.
Because they're designed to basically be the same sort of experience. Like, we don't have a lot of time. We got to show things visually. It's got to be a lot of action. It's got to appeal to the right demographics. Like, basically, people are writing the same. Like, you just cut that script down, and you basically have an action movie every time. So I kind of understand why stuff like Tomb Raider or Prince of Persia exists. Like, especially with Tomb Raider, it's like, well, this is basically just Indiana Jones. So how about we just do that again? Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
you know what I forgot? I actually just saw the first Tomb Raider movie again recently, and I forgot Daniel Craig was in that movie with a horrible American accent.
In what movie?
The Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the Tomb Raider movie.
That had American people faking British accents and British people faking American accents.
It was really weird. It was really weird.
Fuzz, Red vs. Blue was awesome. I'm still not convinced the Halo movie would be good. I just don't. There's no historical evidence to support that any movie based on a video game franchise is going to be anything than terrible. If somebody made an awesome Halo movie or BioShock movie and it was great, hell yeah, of course I'd be down for it. But
so let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. I've had some conversations with Lucas over the months about finding good things in things that are generally horrible. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about games adapted from movies adapted from games.
Games? Okay, say it again.
Games adapted from movies adapted from games.
So
the only one I can think of is the stupid movie or the stupid game based off the stupid Street Fighter movie.
So that's one of them.
There's others.
Yeah. Let's talk about Battleship.
I forgot about Battleship.
Okay, Battleship was fun. Battleship was a dumb fun movie. I liked it.
How about the game based on the movie?
Oh, I didn't know anything about that.
Here's the thing: there are two different games based on the movie. There's the high budget FPS that was not great, and then there was this like kind of like almost naval only Advance Wars type game they tried to make for the Wii and the DS and the 3DS. It was not great, but it was not as bad as the FPS.
Oh, okay.
So if you find that thing for like $1,
based off the game, we found one that isn't terrible.
Yeah.
Violence is right. The Halo movie basically was District 9, and District 9 was awesome. So if the Halo movie had been something like that, then I probably would have enjoyed it.
I mean, it's the same people.
Yeah.
So, but I know there are more games based on movies based on games.
Can anybody else think of any? Because I'm trying to think. Well, how about this? I don't know if this counts, but there's Lego, and then the Lego games, and now there's a Lego movie, and then they made a Lego game of the Lego movie. Does that count?
Yeah,
maybe.
Sure.
Would Lego count as a game? It's more of a building. I'm not sure if that counts.
I mean, it's basically that. I mean, to me, I haven't seen it yet, but based on the previews, and Andrew, have you seen the Lego movie?
Yes, it's really good.
So
I'm going
to me, it seems like it's based on these sort of like personality and quirk that was established in like the Lego games.
Oh no!
Because previously they were just blocks.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it seems like that personality was established in those games, and then brought into a movie, and then brought back to one of those games.
Let me just say something real quick about Spelunky.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've done this bad, and also no one should actually watch this as a way of learning how to play this game, because I'm doing so many things wrong.
Now let's be clear.
I don't know, man.
You are not teaching people how to play Spelunky.
Oh no!
This is not a let's play Spelunky.
I'm just saying
this is not like Ingersoll's feature where he was trying to explain how to do well in starting out in Monster Hunter.
I'm definitely not doing that.
That might happen soon.
Graham, I want to see that. I want to see you learning Monster Hunter.
Yeah, we'll see if that works out.
But yeah, I just want to say, like, the way I learned about this game, both about it and like its many intricacies, is by watching other people play it. Like, I probably learned as much by watching like really good Spelunky players as I did playing it myself. So
yeah,
I hope someone isn't like going to be like, okay, this is the time where I finally kind of understand Spelunky by watching this. I'm going to see how this guy does. No, don't do that, please.
None of our videos are ever going to be that.
I just don't want to like.
I can assure people, none of it is ever going to be expert level play.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not even. It's just I'm embarrassed right now. This is horrible.
You're doing okay.
No, Andrew, you're your own worst critic. You're doing great. I don't even know what the hell's going on. So first of all, you can't unimpress me. I'm not going to be like that. Don't impress me much. I am horribly impressed.
Was that your attempt at quoting a country song?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I throw that in there once in a while.
Oh, that's great.
Just, remember your country of origin, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, Canada's not exactly known for its country singers.
No.
We're just known for all the other types of awesome singers.
That's correct.
We'll have to
You have to deal with everything else, yeah. No, I agree with all of that.
Andrew, you're beating the crap out of this damsel right now.
Yeah, she was my only way to trigger the trap without getting hurt. But the damsels can get hit by 2 of those before they die, so...
Well, they can die, though.
Yes, of course. Damsels are very frail, but they have their uses as like instruments of protection, I guess.
Looks like Chatters want us to do Monster Hunter, so I guess that'll happen.
that should be interesting.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Fun.
I was going to ask you guys if I got Final Fantasy 13-3 yesterday.
You mean Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13?
No, well, yeah, I do, but I'm just going to call it Final Fantasy 13-3 because I think Lightning Returns. I know it's wrong.
It's not a good name, but it's the name they chose. So
okay, fine. Lightning Returns. I can't even say it. I can't even say the name. Took me about 20 seconds to sort of, because you know me, I'm a big Final Fantasy guy, I'm a big RPG guy, and I'm trying to go in with like a with an optimistic mind, and I'm just like, okay, clean slate, don't read too many reviews, and it takes me like
all the reviews from us and no other reviews.
Of course, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
It took me about 20 seconds to be unimpressed. Like, I don't understand how they went from Final Fantasy 13, which I believe came out in 2000 fudge.
9. 10.
2008. I was going to say 2008 or 9 or 10. Okay, so years ago, right? Years ago. And the menu, the opening menu of this game looks like does not look good. It just
sorry, there's some static there, Henry. You all right?
Yeah, there was some static. Yeah, sorry, a little lag. It doesn't look good. I just look at the menu and I'm like, I remember Final Fantasy 13's menu was like they had this awesome like quiet music, really nice background, looked great on my brand new TV, nice and Final Fantasy presentation. This looks like a DLC menu or something. It just doesn't look good. So I think actually the first thing I've noticed I've only played about an hour, but the first thing I noticed is like, honestly, the presentation sucks. Like, this doesn't feel like it's made by the biggest RPG company. Well, maybe, they're not anymore, really. They kind of are. But it doesn't have that sort of very polished feel. So I'm gonna keep going on it, but I'll have to sort of lower my expectations a bit, I think.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll need it.
So, I'm not sure what we're going to stream next time we do this. I hope people have enjoyed this stream, so hopefully we'll keep going with this. But one idea I had, if I can get my streaming equipment working, is maybe letting you guys take a peek at some of the crazy stuff I write about all the time.
Woo! Yeah.
Because I did just get Puyo Puyo Tetris. So
I've heard about
if you guys want to check out Puyo Puyo Tetris.
I do want to see that.
It's about time.
I could stream Taiko no Tatsujin, but I don't know if that delay is going to be great for anyone understanding what's going on. Maybe. I got some interesting stuff I could show.
I have a good feeling about this run, guys. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Man, if only I picked a time where Andrew wasn't awful at Spelunky.
Yeah. If nothing else, Andrew, you've been playing Jazz Punk. Maybe we might check that out, because that seems like...
Yeah. Yeah.
But if anyone ever has any, requests, suggestions, questions, yeah.
So we're not going to do Spelunky every time. This is going to be like
If
stream 1 of 80 streams of Andrew playing Spelunky.
I hope not.
Oh man, I was looking forward to that.
Okay, Graham, I killed the shopkeeper for you.
Okay, I look forward to seeing it.
Since I feel like this is going to be my last run.
What a shotgun, Andrew! You're a mean guy. Look at that.
Yeah, and I got a jetpack.
If you kill the shopkeeper, can you take all his stuff?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's the upside for That's the upside of killing the shopkeeper. Money doesn't really matter anymore. You just take everything.
You just have to live with it in your conscience.
The downside is after
murdered somebody.
Oh yes, that, and also there's a shopkeeper waiting for you at the exit of every level, and they're really annoying to deal with.
So they're not going to be happy with you.
No.
You'll be like, why don't you sell me something? It's like, well, you murdered my friend, so that's a pretty good reason.
That is a very good
We reserve
reason,
the right to refuse service.
Exactly.
Especially if you kill my buddy Bob.
Not Bob.
Yeah, we didn't...
Wasn't one of them named Bob? That was Fred.
You didn't look close enough at the shopkeeper's name tag.
No, I didn't.
It said Inigo Montoya?
Oh!
Maybe should have really thought about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not a wise move.
But yeah. Oh man. This time of year is really weird for games.
It is.
I mean, I'm happy because like the weirdest stuff happens, like Puyo Puyo Tetris.
But there's been some good stuff this year. I mean, I think like just going off the top of my head, Octodad, like we mentioned,
Deadliest Catch.
Oh yeah, man. If nothing else, maybe. Oh man, I played that co-op, and you can play it with roulette mode, where after every time you complete any objective, it randomizes who has what limbs.
That sounds...
So it's like every 30 seconds, you're like, wait, no. You get really lucky when one person has the arms and one person has the legs, not always the case. So that's fun. Yeah.
I mean, there's that. I mean, Nidhogg came out. I don't know if you've tried that, Graham. That seems awesome.
I tried it earlier in development. I am horrible at it, so...
Yeah, but you're all about the multiplayer games.
I want to play Nidhogg for sure.
That's a 2-player game, son.
Yeah, I know.
Is Nidhogg single player, isn't it?
Yeah, Nidhogg's like kind of specifically a 2-player game.
This is just, everything that could have gone wrong happened right there in that very moment.
What's going to happen?
That's just the full subtitle for Spelunky.
Yeah,
something bad's going to happen.
Yeah. Bravely Default just came out.
Yeah.
Just this past
Friday. Do you think other RPGs are going to have that determine how often you want to have random battles slider? Because I think that's awesome.
I hope so.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think Bravely Second will. So does that count?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it makes sense. Because sometimes you do want to grind, and it's annoying because when you want to grind, you're walking around the map forever, and you're like, "How is this possible? I just went into a dungeon and couldn't take us 2 steps without getting into a battle."
I mean, the thing is, I got to tell you though, to a certain extent, it does make everything kind of pointless. It's like, well, I can just choose to not have random battles.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tension's gone. You know,
right? But
you
gotta get your guys up in levels, right? Like you got to do some battles.
Yeah, I just like the formula where, like, in dungeons and things, it forces you to have a certain number of battles, kind of thing.
Okay,
that I'm okay with. It's like, I don't like it where every 3 steps you get hit with something and then like you're poisoned and whatever, all that stuff. And also, I don't like turning it off completely because then all these areas are pointless. Yeah. Like, you just go where the safest place and you grind for a while, and
right.
So I don't know. It's good, but it's not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps something they can improve on in Bravely Second. I'm assuming there will be a sequel.
Well, it's in development, and that was why this enhanced edition in Japan is called Bravely Default for the sequel, because they were testing out some new mechanics, putting them into the first game that they're like considering building the second game around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's weird to even talk about, frankly, because there's so much about that game that's fun, and so much about that game that's like that ruins everything.
Can I say that I absolutely, and this is me in handhelds, I hate the aesthetic. I hate how the character models look. Like, I don't even, and it's really weird because I, like, the backgrounds I think look really great, but, like, that, like, big head, like, character model thing, like, I just cannot stand it, and that's keeping me back from playing it. Like, I don't know what it is. It's the whole, I think it started with more handheld stuff, like with the Final Fantasy III remake. They look kind of similar to that, unless I'm mistaken.
Well,
but I don't know what it is.
It looks really close to the Four Heroes of Light, because it started out as a sequel to that game.
Right.
So,
okay.
You know,
I don't know what it is. Does it? I'm assuming I'll probably get used to it. Like I like the background stuff. Looks
you do get used to it, and
really good.
You know, it's one of those things that's kind of Final Fantasy in a way. Surprise!
Right.
That the like cutscene models are actual like regular proportions, so it's just like so you can see them on the small screen during battle and stuff. So,
right.
You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Andrew.
So mean.
Yes. Hi.
So, let's see. We should probably wrap up.
Okay. I want. Let's see how this run plays out. I promise it'll probably be the last. It'll probably not last long, but you know.
Okay. Cool.
That's me not having faith in myself.
So our plan with this is to stream for anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. We're going to keep it more to an hour now because of our difficulties earlier. But yeah, so that's the plan. You know, I think this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Once we got the problem sorted,
If you guys like the show, telling us you like it, giving us feedback really, really helps us keep it going. Otherwise, we really don't know, you know, how much it's worth to you guys, and whether, you know, we should focus our efforts on this or on other things.
Indeed.
But yeah, so, you know, I hope you guys like what we're doing. I like what we're doing.
We hope you had a good
Me too.
time.
Yeah, snack time.
I like what we're doing too because it involves me playing Spelunky right this second. But yeah, generally I also like what we do.
That's not fair. You get to play games, and we have to watch you play games and have fun watching you play games. It must be tough.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so you know, we have some other interesting stuff coming up on the site. Might as well go ahead and promo that.
Go for it.
In addition to Andrew's Spelunky Adventures, a 5-part series starting tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
We have some interesting reviews coming up. We got some reviews.
Yeah, I just finished writing a review for Jazzpunk. That'll be coming out next week.
That's coming early next week. We have a couple interviews in the works, but we'll announce those when we're ready. Henry, you got a piece going up on Friday.
Sure
you want to tell people what that's about?
Sure. It's about, mostly I was playing through, just finished Grand Theft Auto 5. I had it on my list of top games last year, but I didn't finish it all the way to the end, so I restarted from the beginning, just because I had new copy and stuff like that. I just wanted to get a fresh perspective, and I quite liked it, but talk about how the technology of the console, this is pretty much the most it can do, and normally when a game chugs, or you sort of see technological problems like textures pop in and out or whatever, you get angry. But in a game like this, or other games like I mentioned, Perfect Dark, where the game is almost too big for the console it's on, sort of technological shortcomings are forgiven just because the developers really maxed out what they had to work with, and the game is really, really good as a result. So that's what Serotonin's going to be about on Friday.
You didn't mention a whole lot of stuff. You're focusing on your point, and that's cool. But there are definitely a lot of examples of that, really, on all systems. Mm-hmm. The one that really, stands out to me is the Donkey Kong Country series. Which, going back and looking at that now, like it looked quote unquote impressive then because they were trying to make it look like a 32-bit system. But you go back now, it's just like this is whatever. Like, I'd rather play Yoshi's Island. Like this isn't like an actual 16-bit game. This is a game pretending to be something larger than it is, right?
Right. Okay.
So, I don't know. But then again, there have been the opposite sorts of things lately. Like, you bring up GTA 5, and I think of like The Last of Us, and the things where near the end of their life, they're just finally figuring it out. To the point where the best looking games on the PS3 look as good, if not better, than the launch stuff on the PS4. You know,
I mean, I don't think I actually put that in my article, but that's sort of what I was going for. If you look at first gen, or not first gen, but sort of the first batch of games on a new console, they usually say like, well, this game isn't great, but it's a tech demo for the hardware, so you should maybe try it out just to see what the system can do.
Yeah,
and it's not really a glowing recommendation, right? Like, I'd rather give developers time and then be like, okay, well, now we know what we're doing, and here's what we're going to present to you. And we're like, oh, that looks great.
Yeah. Anyway.
Also, just a note to Chris Ingersoll that my total death thing that's 515. That's my total number of deaths throughout the entirety of Spelunky Adventure Mode. So I've basically played the Adventure Mode 15 times, or at least they're about. Actually, no, it's probably more like 517 or 18 because I've actually finished it a couple of times. But
Andrew, what the hell are you doing with this frog?
I'm just throwing it around, passing the time.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like trying to get it into a certain spot or something. I'm like, this looks really hard. I can't even tell what he's doing.
Just listen to you guys chat, throwing a frog around.
Cool.
On that note, we should probably wrap up. But yeah. I think this has been great. If you guys have any suggestions for what we should stream next time, we have a couple ideas, but throw this out there. Hit us up on Twitter at SnackBarGames, or you can contact any of us. I am at Color Ninja, COLORNINJA. How about you, Andrew?
I am World Dude 2.
And I am at Dollars, DOLLERZ.
Don't. It's a Z.
Oh, sorry.
It's the letter
what
Z.
Is Z?
Sorry, I meant Z. The appropriate way to say the letters is what you guys call Z.
Sure, man.
Who's Zed?
Sure, man.
Who's Zed? I don't. Why?
That was too easy. Anyway,
never.
That's my Twitter.
All right. But yeah, so we'll see you next time on Snack Time.
Yay!